frickin' week. Coming to RSG OTC off the cuff once again. We actually got some strong topics going on, apparently, or at least one strong topic that I didn't even know about. We'll get into that a little later. How's it going, everyone? RSG OTC off the cuff. For those who don't know, we really just talk about whatever the hell we feel like, and there's no rehearsal going on. It's kind of like recaps of the week, and we talk about games and tech and whatever the heck else. We just feel like it. But anyways, I got my buddy Toof right over there. It's weird because like the way, okay, there. He's right there. Yeah, you got it. I got to get used to having a camera there. I like having my camera here, but it's just so it shows how big of a garbage. I'm in my bedroom. If anyone can't figure this out, it's not a great room to look at. So I have to pick my angles. I don't know. So you said, we'll get right into this because I had no idea this was going on. Now, I don't typically like to get political on this, and we're not. I mean, yes, you can get political as much as you want, and people can have their feelings about gun control or whatever, but I find it a little disturbing, and I find this happening on a lot of these platforms, where it just seems like, you got the liberal heart at mind, and they're sitting there like, taking away apparently gun channels from what on YouTube. They're shutting down gun channels on YouTube. Like, when you say gun channels, what do you mean? Like ones that just show off like certain ones, or?
Well, any kind of real type. Most predominantly was the military arms channel, run by a guy named Tim, who does things from suppressor reviews, just brand new different rifle reviews, like the X95, the Devore when that came out, different little things. He does a lot of tests for durability and what's going to last and run and all the other fun stuff. Just good general knowledge and review.
Okay. Now, when you say they're shutting him down, what are they, just demonetizing his videos? Because in that sense, I'm going to be honest, there's a lot of shit that gets demonetized that has no business being demonetized. And that's happening a lot. Are you talking about like they're shutting down the channel, or they're just demonetizing shit?
Well, that's the thing, is they're popping up easy on them. There was another gun channel by a guy named James Yeager. A very predominant mind, a very well knowledgeable mind in the firearms world and industry. Maybe not always lies abrasive to some, but the man knows what he's talking about. Okay. And it wasn't too long ago that he got taken offline from YouTube because they found him to be offensive. When they finally got him back about a month later or so, I think it was, they told him they couldn't renew his channel. He had to start a new channel. They couldn't put his subscribers back on. They couldn't bring back his videos. It all been mysteriously deleted, like, they were using Hillary's fucking servers.
Yeah,
so
right.
when Tim on the military arms channel today got 3 strikes out of nowhere on videos that are years old. One of them was he has a partnership in a business called Copper Customs.
Okay.
They sell different firearm accessories, things like that. That video is older, and out of the blue today, it got flagged along with 2 other ones. One talking about a bullpup, and I think another one about reactive targets. I think it was 3 strikes, just boom, boom, boom on the weekend when nobody's there, and they've been kind of going after the gun channels anyway. So he had to shut all this stuff down so he wouldn't get striked out and lose his entire channel because it's a huge business. I mean, he's right about 900,000 subscribers, I think. Plus, he runs a heavy Patreon. He's really active and heavily recognized on Instagram. I don't do Instagram, so I don't know what he's at in there.
Okay.
And he's a good point, like his suppressors. That's the guy I relied on to know which ones I would want to purchase.
You want to go with, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah, and I understand people can have their feelings about gun control. Personally, what I find is a lot of people that put their feelings out about gun control literally have, no idea whatsoever and have never purchased a gun, have never looked into purchasing a gun, and have nothing of the first clue of what getting a gun entails. Because I think people think it's insanely easy. I mean, maybe even in New York, it's easy to get a shotgun. Yeah, it's really not that tough. I can get one in a day. I mean, not really. Big issue. Rifle, kind of same thing. Handguns are really tough. But now I do know some states are ridiculously easy. That's some states. But states are probably not too city-oriented in the first place, so I don't know how high the population probably is. But, but anyways, we're not really getting all into that. I'm just saying, you know, I think too many people are speaking out of their ass and don't know, and then you have too many hearts going out. Then you got YouTube. There's definitely, I mean, if anyone wants to contest if you want to tell me that there is not some liberal-minded shit going on at YouTube, okay, here we go. Now, look, I'm not calling liberals bad. I mean, look, I know some that are good. You know, some go really radical, but the point is, you know, that it's just some people just have no idea what they're talking about and what they're wanting, and they're screaming for these things. And now you look at what did we just recently have? Okay, during I think it was because of Black History Month. It goes is Roses are red, violets are blue. Support Black creators. What? And look, you know, it was taken wrong. Even on, you know, people of that community were just like, look, I don't need you to tell people to just, you know, follow me because of what color I am. Just I'd rather have them make good comment or content, and they would follow me because of that. So it really was like a backlash. But there is definitely that kind of mindset, like bleeding heart. I can't go to this movie. I'm gonna give my ticket to them because they deserve it so much more. Those people, yes, they're in YouTube. They're there. If you don't think they are, they are. Okay, and they are, and they're doing crap like you're talking about, taking down channels that don't belong being taken down. You know, there's way more offensive crap. You know, that Jake and look. You know, it's like the Jake and Logan Paul dudes. They're just morons. They're absolutely morons. But yet they're allowed to be on there and make tons of money. But you're gonna take off gun channels because they go against someone's little pussy attitude. I mean, whatever. It's just annoying. Me, I don't care personally. I could care less, honestly, if my videos were ever monetized again. You know what I'd rather have? I'm starting it up. I'm definitely gonna do Patreon. I'm doing my own. Old Bob said I should do it anyways. I was gonna wait till a certain amount of people, but I'll just do it. Whatever. If people want to support me, they support me. But screw it. I want to get around YouTube putting in their ways. Oh, you want to demonetize? You know what? I got an idea. How about I won't monetize any of my shit. Ad free. I'll just let my subscribers just support me. There we go.
That's another big firearms channel did that. He demonetized all of his videos, so YouTube wouldn't make the ad revenue on it and all that crap, or however that works. I don't really know, but he demonetized it, and he gets sponsors. Certain ammunition company that he uses, he'll just show their box briefly, and this one I'm using today, blah blah. Patreon, and he started up his own monthly. You have the Geek Box, whatever the hell it is. They send out you a month random shit. He has one of those he calls a man box. You buy that thing and sends it out. He makes money off of that. So, but there's a will, there's a way. I'm really hoping.
Okay.
Regardless, even on the mouth breather idiots like Logan Paul,
yeah,
or others that I just do not like. I fully support them as their constitutional and given right to speak their idiocy.
Right.
Yeah.
Now,
so I'm really hoping that
go
something new to come along, a new YouTube, a better YouTube, one where people won't be as restricted and screwed over, where it won't be as relied upon with just obscure needs to actually make money with it and to succeed.
Well, people are really trying. People are really trying. See, I know you're not a fan of Linus Tech Tips, but me being into them and stuff and watching, they have a thing going up called Float Plane. Okay, and that's basically what they're aiming to do. They're aiming to take down, and be the alternative from YouTube. Where people can get paid their rightly amount, and they're not going to get, you can give the middle finger to someone and not worry about your video getting demonetized. It sounds stupid, but okay, when they do the WAN show, it's very organized, but it's also very family friendly, and they don't like to curse, and they catch themselves if they curse and things like that. So, he said to, basically he just against his normal rules gave the middle finger to, I forget who on the last WAN show, and but you want to do that to us? All right, and it was just like a boom, and he was like and they were just joking, they're like demonetized, and it's like, that's why we're making float planes, so you don't get demonetized, and that's where it's all going. YouTube is finding a way, if they're not going to go away just yet, but if they don't play their shit right, there's a good chance they could lose too much. I mean, it sounds crazy, but it's not. And Twitch is aiming to go at that. Now, Twitch also has their things where they're kind of the same way with shit like that. Now, you had a problem. You were cleaning your guns on stream. Now, I don't know if that was an issue with just the wrong channel. Now they've gotten a lot more IRL and things like that. You might actually be able to do it that aren't violating Twitch's policy.
So that's the thing, is I never violated their policy. I was never in any kind of wrong channel or nothing else. It was in creative, because at the time was the only thing you had there for instructionals for people that are coming in. What's good safety? What's this? And I would explain things and discuss things. I had a lot of people jump in and show up to that thing too, and now they cut it off. I haven't been able to stream since. It's been completely screwed up. It doesn't matter how I try, I cannot stream anymore. Not really a good streamer anyway. But still, when you have people like the IRL channels, where a guy who is probably 400 plus pounds and who is shirtless, sitting on a couch, laying on a couch, on his laptop, not engaging with anybody, not looking at the camera, just laying there typing away, and he's got 1,500 people watching him, that's perfectly okay. You have some ditzy blonde bending over with yoga pants so tight you can see what she had for dinner because it's leaking out her ass and everything else, and that's okay. But anything else that offends them, they can't have it. And I'm Twitch. I'm just waiting for Beam or something else to actually take hold and just get rid of Twitch and their SJW bullshit. I just want an even platform.
Yeah, and it's becoming so hard to find that. Everyone wants to go with the world for the advertisers. That's why maybe almost the way to go is a pay to play kind of thing. I don't know. It's weird. But no, you can't, because I wouldn't want to. I mean, if everything was a pay to play, I wouldn't even watch half the videos I do. So, man, it's going to be a tough algorithm. See, the problem with Twitch, the way that Twitch is doing their thing right now, if I even wanted to move over my stuff to there, Twitch is doing this thing where you have to make a trailer, if you would, like a video trailer, as if you were making some kind of movie, and I had to put out my trailer for it. And I'm like, I don't know. It's not really okay, for instance, how do you make a trailer on a vlog? So I was sitting there, and then I came back, and we're here. That's my trailer. All right. I don't know. Is it just me? I'm seeing my camera do this thing where it's just getting a cut across. I don't know. It's very weird. I'm trying to think of what I was gonna say. So yeah, I really want to set up Patreon again. I want to try to do it a long time ago. I tried to set too many rewards and too many goals. I would really like to find um, the best thing to do. Like, I want to have rewards for people, but they can't be ridiculous. I was gonna make private videos for my people and stuff like that. For one, I don't know what server to put that on for a private video, so I don't know how I would have accomplished that.
Can't you put it on YouTube and then link it, mark it as private video, and then only whoever has the link can watch it?
Right, but okay, but then what really stops you from like, getting that link and then putting it out to somebody without me knowing? You know what I mean? Like that doesn't really stop people, and that would be really cool. Honestly, I really wish there was a way to do that, where it's basically, you know, username and password oriented, and it's basically like you would come in, you have to sign in, and then your username has access to that. But now, if you just try to send out a link to something, that's not going to work because they don't have access to that. I have to grant you that access. I would love a service like that. That would be the shit. That would be the shit. I got to talk to someone. Maybe there's a service we could make like that where you could have, privatized videos like that where you log into the site and as long as you're granted permission on that video, you're allowed to watch that video. Sounds pretty good, right?
Yeah, it could work.
Yeah, I mean, I know someone's probably going to steal that because, all the people that watch this show. I swear. But I partially, this show I feel will pick up as time goes on a little bit, because I think part of it's kind of the time that we do it at. Now, granted, it works good for some people, but the UK audience is kind of screwed here. That's for sure. But I feel like the UK audience is kind of screwed for a lot of talk shows. A lot of talk shows happen like, let's say, even if it happens like 8 o'clock my time. I mean, that still leaves them, they got to be up 1, 2 o'clock in the morning if you're in the UK to watch something like that. Or if you're in somewhere else close by, 6 hours behind that, you're even talking longer. So, I don't know, but I feel like the show will pick up a little bit more. I have to really put some tags and thoughts into a thumbnail for RSG OTC. That's the main thing. I really want to put in some more thought to a thumbnail. That would be cool. Yeah, so I can at least have it look a little better. I find talk shows you almost just have to build the audience. So more than just the channel, you have to build the audience of a talk show. But it'll get there. Remember how slow it originally started out when I did it back in the day, and now the only reason that picked up a little bit more was because I had more Twitch followers. I got to do event scheduling on YouTube next week. We're gonna schedule this on event scheduling, for that, and I think we should have old Bob on again sometime too. That was great to have him on last week. Because I know you enjoy some stuff. You didn't like Mech Warrior though, did you?
It just wasn't for me. I don't dislike it. I can see its merit. It just wasn't for me.
Okay. Yeah. No, I can understand that. I really want to check out that Kingdom Come game. Have you looked more into that at all yet?
I'm going to get it eventually. I'm just being a cheap ass right now, even though I'm buying other crap and just dumping away money. But I just can't bring myself to spend $40 on that game just yet.
No, I know exactly what you mean right now. As you always joke around with the Walmart bike. It's a funny video I should show you one time. It's like, I know you won't find tons of interest in it, but you should see what this guy really does to a Walmart bike. I watch this guy Seth's Bike Hacks, and he's it seems like he owns the shop, but he's really knowledgeable, and he shows it like you bought a bike from Walmart. That shit was so out of tune, like the freaking the spokes, they were like spaghetti like they were just so flabby. Like no one tightened them at all. Like if you would have rode that, like just went away and rode that first bump you hit, you would have just twisted up the whole tire. So he straightened it all up, got that thing all nice, and he did his best, as good of a tune as you're ever gonna get on that thing. And he did quite a bit with it, man. And then he won where he put it to its final end. I mean, it was already kind of destroying itself, but where he put it to its final end was people say, "Oh, my bike's too heavy to get up and wheelie or whatever," and he's like, "Oh, is it?" So he basically like fills a shitload of the bars with like this cement crap, and he just like gets it as heavy as he can, fills up like one of those protein shakers, like a big ass one that fits in there, and tapes it to the bike, and that's freaking got like a bunch of weight in there. And then he fills the fucking tires up with water. Like goes in a pool, legit puts the pump underwater and pumps the fucking tires up with water. This shit is so heavy. It was 48 pounds. Okay, that's insanely heavy for a bike. And so he's still doing with it and everything. But it went to rest when he tried to do a 360 and a 180. The wheel just said, alert. That shit said goodbye. But no, I mean, he shows you the difference between like a Walmart bike and a high end bike, and I just bought that, so I know exactly what you mean. I'm sinking that money in, and as much as I could buy Kingdom Come. I could buy the other one I want, the what is that, Railway Empire, the one that costs way too much. I think that even costs more. I think it's like $60, which is bullshit. But yeah, I could buy them. But I got more important things I'm thinking about now. Just like you. I got better stuff. So, overall, I can understand. Have you seen any other games around?
I've really not. I'm kind of waiting for the new Red Dead to come out, and I'm patiently waiting my years for whenever the next Elder Scrolls comes out, whenever the hell that'll be. There's just not a whole lot that's grabbing me right now. I haven't played a game in like 6 fucking months. I'm bored with it. Maybe I'm too old now or grown out of it or something. I'm bored of games.
I don't think we're. You know what? It's honestly. I think we need to go back, not forward with games right now. I think if you want to rekindle some game in you, go back. And when I say that, I mean like this. So, my roommate Sean is he's been doing the Dreamcast a lot. We got like the cables and everything that can put the Dreamcast over to VGA and everything, and it looks great. It looks absolutely great for the time it was out. But I really been having a lot of enjoyment playing it. And I think that leads me to another thing I was thinking of is I think I'm also trying to be too simulator-esque. I find racing games more enjoyable with a controller. Sure, is the steering wheel cool as shit? Yeah, the steering wheel's cool as hell. But what did I have more fun with? I find myself with the steering wheel to maybe do a couple hours. Then I'm done. I just don't want to play the shit no more. Okay? But if you throw a controller in my hand, I'm gonna have a lot. I'll go a lot longer with it. I'm gonna play the shit out of that game. I gotta win races. I'll do what I need to. I'm gonna play the shit out of that game. I don't know. Part of me almost feels like, as stupid as this sounds, PC is almost hurting my gaming experience. I don't know. I don't know why. Just is. That's all I can say about it. I find as soon as someone has a console and they hand me a controller, I'm in that shit. I'm having fun. The second I play on the computer, I'm like, whatever. I don't know. It just is. Just that way. Have you come across anything like that before? Where, someone hands you a controller and you're just like, wow, can't believe I'm not playing this anymore.
No. Controller, keyboard, and mouse, where I could use it all on my computer. It's just not enjoying the games. They're just the last games I really got into. One of them was Skyrim. I mean, that game was everything. I had all kinds of shit into it. I could get into it, spent thousands of hours doing it, and enjoyed myself. Maybe Fallout New Vegas was another one I played a lot of. I just couldn't get into 4. I don't know why. I beat it, but I don't want to go back and keep playing it like I did with like New Vegas or 3.
I've got 2 reasons with that. I think They put way too much emphasis on building shit. Should have never put so much emphasis on building shit. Really just shouldn't have. I think they got a disconnect of what people wanted. Um, okay, for instance, I like how Skyrim is, how I can buy furniture and furnish things. It would be a little cooler if it was a little easier to decorate shit, more like you can put things on mannequins and stuff like that. Yeah, that'd be cool. Maybe you know, maybe have a little more options in that way. But I don't need to physically build the fucking thing. Okay? No. I don't need to find out how I'm going to wire this and find all the components to go. That's not what I want that game for. And it also, the graphics really just didn't do much more for me than the older ones. I just found the older one, honestly, is probably more enjoyable to me at this point than the new
It's
one.
'cause they had to dumb it down for the console. They couldn't make it powerful as it should have been because of console.
And it's so annoying. I don't know why they have to do that. I mean, can't you just lower the damn settings basically for console? Just what the hell? Oh, there goes me forgetting to turn off that. I don't know. Well, I guess some people retweeted. So let's see. It's probably Bob because oh, it's great. Oh, apparently I can't have. Why is that? Oh, you know it's funny with the TeamSpeak app. It's like it won't let me put the volume down because it's like in call volume. Oh, good old Bob. Thank you, old Bob, for that retweet. Gotta like every bit of help we get out there. So yeah, I'm definitely I don't know, man. I think I know we can play with it all, but I think maybe going back and revisiting some older, simpler games might be where we're at right now for enjoyment. I don't think we're going to find enjoyment in the new ones. I think we're going to have to go back to a time when it was easier to enjoy them. That's just what I'm thinking. Because nothing new coming out is worth a shit. And I like, like I said, partially, I have to blame Twitch for my disgust in games right now, honestly. I mean, you have to, partially. Sitting there playing hours and hours of one game, killing the living shit out of it to the point where you don't want to play it anymore until now you don't even want to play it ever again. Happens.
I don't know how people keep streaming. Honestly, I don't. You're having to go there constantly, almost every day. Otherwise, people just forget about you and that you exist. Sitting there for hours, playing some game over and over and over again, or some new one, or this one or that one, and just playing it and having to actually act like you give a shit about people you don't like that just hang around a lot, because you want to have the community and all that shit, and just having to deal with it. I don't know. I couldn't be a streamer. I couldn't do it.
At one point it seemed feasible to me when I was doing big on Euro Truck Simulator. The realization of me not liking that life came over time. And people can say whatever. YouTube I enjoy. I could leave it any day I want. People think what? You have to? I mean, look, something could happen in someone's life. If it's not working out, you can't expect someone let's say they just keep putting their heart and soul into it and it's been 15 years. The person might disappear. Just saying. It might not keep doing it. To some people, it's a passion to keep making videos. But it's a bit of work. It's a lot of work. And, there has to be a balance between your life and work. And that's where I'm finding I'm doing a lot here. Is I'm getting videos out, but I'm also getting that balance of life. And I also want to take some of the balance of life now with my action cam and stuff that I got. I want to take some of that balance of life that I've got in and bring it into the video section. But yeah, I can't. The difference is I can make videos and clip shit together and put it together. I can't sit there for hours on end like I'm at a job with Twitch. And I know I used to do it. And when I was most prosperous on there is when I didn't have a job. That's when I was big on Twitch, is when I didn't have a job. And this was my job, to come on here and just play Euro Truck every damn day, 9 o'clock in the morning. And if I could do it again, then I would. Screw it. Hell, it beats going to work every day at a normal place because you're your own boss as long as you're making good money at it. But that's as long as you're making good money at it. If you really think of what it takes, if you didn't get donations, if you really think of what it would take, subscriber wise, for you to make something substantial, you at least, to afford a house, I would say you want to at least have 2,000 subscribers. You want to have at least 2,000 subscribers to your channel. I would say per month, in order to have an actual sustainable income and not have to worry if you're going to get donations. I don't want to have to rely on donations. That sucks. You know? YouTube, that's a whole different ball game. Those are videos that constantly keep going, and if you have the audience and you have the view counts, look, that money just won't stop. It just won't. It takes a lot for that to dry up. If you keep putting out content, you're going to keep getting money. Whether it's sustainable or not is up to you. What are you doing? Are you, did you get rich and now all of a sudden everything's costing an arm and a leg? So if you lose any bit of money, you can't afford to live anymore. Yeah, I mean, that could happen. You got to play your cards right. I don't know.
Twitch is not sustainable. YouTube is not sustainable. It could disappear tomorrow. And what would people do for their work? They'd be shit out of luck. No experience. People don't look at a resume. Oh, you streamed on a web service. Okay, what did you really do? What kind of real experience do you have? People don't think about that contingency.
That I actually
big streamers and think I'm gonna make all this huge money. Blah blah blah. I don't know.
I yes and no, because for one, I will say there's actual companies now looking actually to hire. You have to realize this is going to become actual like more of an entertainment industry where you're going to see companies take charge. Okay, for instance, I'm going to go to work every day and my company has a room set up for me. It's completely green screened out, whatever the fuck it is. However I got it set up, but I've got a room for me and I'm going to stream for them and they're going to collect a certain amount of revenue and I'm going to collect my pay. So it's actually become like an actual job to a degree. So just throwing that out there that it's not that simple. It is becoming more of a sustainable thing as things get bigger.
See, that's the thing. If I were to look at somebody to hire out, and I had Joe Schmo with fast food experience, or he was stocking grocery store shelves, something like that, and I had another one, I was streaming on Twitch, which one would I take? I would take the guy that was working fast food because he at least knows what it's like to work, to move around, and has some real world experience. Where somebody that's on Twitch, they're running their own little show in their own little fantasy land on their own rules. And they may not know a first damn thing about how to take care of anything. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I would have to go with someone that has real world experience.
Well, no. In that sense, yeah, I can understand that. I'm just saying that, like, it is the entertainment industry. So, like, for instance, it depends on what niche. If I need people to test games, because remember, you're thinking about a certain niche. In Connecticut, okay, they got a lot of there's companies that want game testers, okay? Now, I don't really, that sounds like a dream job game, but it's really not. I mean, a dream job, but it's, to test games, but it's not. But overall, they would look at someone who streams, see the streams they're doing, whatever, and that would play more in their favor than the guy working at McDonald's because they want that person that's going to sit there and play hours and hours and hours and hours, hours and hours and hours because that's what they want you to do. That's your job. It depends on the industry you're going into. Entertainment industry. If you have to do something for the entertainment industry, my friend's wife, you know what she does? She does recordings, like, when you call up phone services and things like that, those recordings have to come from somewhere, and they pay people to do that. She gets paid constantly to just do recordings and read from scripts and things. You send in your work, and they go off you, and she's getting more and more work as it builds up. So, I mean, hey, It's not Fantasyland, but you're right. I would hire fast food guy over many others as they bust ass. That is true. See, I want to point something out. I think I've come, all the fast food I've been getting, I've come to the realization. Okay, uh, I think the whole burger flipper mentality is old school. Those days are gone. You're gonna be on the burger flip. You're gonna be flipping burger. No, you are like an everything man now. I don't know if anyone's realized, but the staff's like cut way down at these fast food places. So you're doing like everything. That shit is no joke. So it's funny that and it's funny people. These are 24-hour jobs. I find it hilarious how people expect these to be kids' jobs. Isn't your kid supposed to be going to school in the morning? What the fuck would you want your kid up at 3 o'clock in the morning working at goddamn McDonald's? Why would you want that? So I think the mentality that people have of, oh, it's a job flipping burgers. It's not a job flipping burgers. As a matter of fact, it does that themselves. Instead, they're like the janitor. They're the freaking they're basically the machine reloader. They're the stocker. It's a whole. They're everything, man. That's what everything has become. You don't have just one position. Now jobs have made you just do everything. That's the difference. You just do it all, and you don't get paid more for it. You know. So I don't know. That's just something I wanted to throw out there. It's a thing that gets to me. So when you say the fast food guy, I would take a fast food guy to a degree. I mean, some of them are really bad, but some of these fast food people, they really work their ass off. It's no joke, especially when those lines get popping like crazy. How people are crazy addicted to fast food these days. I mean,
And I see why I would take the fast food worker over a Twitch streamer.
oh no, totally. But at the same time, I've got to give. You can't knock certain church. Okay, like the guy I watched Blind IRL, right? He is dedicated, man. Just keeps going and going and going. He's not gonna. I feel like he's not gonna stop till either he either makes it or it's inevitable that he just can't, and he has to stop. You know what I mean? I had some people just give that 100% dedication, and that has to say for something. Okay, if you're gonna go to work and then just spend hours just doing this, and people think, oh yeah, but you're just playing a game. Bullshit, man. Let me tell you right now, trying to play City Skylines when you're tired of playing that shit is hard. Trying to play any game when you're tired of playing that shit is hard, just so you can entertain the viewers. Remember whenever I try to stop playing Euro Truck and everyone's like, play Euro Truck, play Euro Truck. That's all people would say. Hence why I don't stream and I don't even play that no more, because I got sick and tired of everyone just sitting there telling me what to play. I guess that's that was what my life became. Play what we want you to play. No. All right, then I'm leaving. You know?
Yeah, well, that's the thing too. Is a bunch of developed those people that came to see you drive the Euro truck. That's what they wanted to see. Goddamn it! And that was just it. God forbid you're tired of it. You don't want to play that stupid shit no more. You want to play something different. Oh, no, too goddamn bad. We own you. You gotta play it.
Yeah. So overall, I I see that I see where you're coming from, that you would hire the fast food guy over, but I won't sit there and say some people really put out a lot of dedication, and you got to give it to that. Dedication does have to count for something, man. Because so what? You got that fast food worker. That doesn't mean that fast food worker was good. You know how many times fast food workers fuck my shit up? That doesn't mean that fast food worker is good. Half of them look like their mouth gaper. Can I get your order?
I think I can't even blame them for that, even because they're getting paid so little. Even I would be like, I'm not getting paid enough to give a shit. I'm just not.
No.
Like,
No, yeah, and see, this is where I try to explain. I know it's tough. You can't, raise the minimum wage, but and expect everything to be honky dory with everything, because that's not the exact answer. Really, a big answer is more like tax, like the tax cut I saw, and I'm making a little more in my check. That's kind of where that's going to come from. Tax us less. But making the company pay more, it's a crappy situation because you have small companies like small businesses that can't, but then you have McDonald's and they're sitting there paying their employee $10 an hour, where in a place where it costs freaking $1,400 for a 1 bedroom. How is that feasible? And people are like, well, just get 2 jobs. No, it takes about 3 jobs at that point. How do you even fit 3 jobs into a life and actually still live? Do you get 2 hours of sleep and call it a day? I mean, shit. I just don't know what people really expect. But yeah, you're right. Why would you care if you're, you know, making $10 an hour at a fast food place and then you can't afford rent? You got to live at home. People, say, "Oh, look, you're living at home, mommy and daddy." Shit, yeah. You might as well. Shit, they could probably use your help with the fucking rent. you know? That's because it's a liberal son makes it $2,000. Yeah. Well, New York's bad, man. New York's horrible. New York's an absolute shitstorm. You look at states like even Washington, they've got the same cost of living and everything as we do out here, but magically their roads are way more upkept. Do you know Westchester County has the highest, I think, in the country, like as far as like taxes and rent, like cost of living?
I don't know it specifically, but I could believe it.
I mean, let's get serious. Let's look at New York City here. Motel room sized apartment. I'm talking small motel room sized apartment. $3,800 a month, I would say, about right now. $3,800 a month for something that probably would be equivalent to maybe 2.5 of my bedrooms. Yeah, that's shit. It's pretty bad. Well, I mean, I know why you would never live here, but yeah. So
gun laws,
well,
taxes.
Yeah, there's multiple reasons, but then we have to have the Cuomo bridge. He is receiving a lot of backlash. He needs to get out of office. Can he just have a heart attack or something, please? Can someone answer that prayer for me? Can he just be taken out of commission? Maybe even if it doesn't mean something happens to him completely. He needs to not be able to be in the position he's in. So let's just have something happen to him, whatever that may be, to get him out of this position and nowhere near a position like it. Because he is a scumbag. And it's coming out every year after year more and more, but he is a definite 100% scumbag and screwing people over left and right. So that's a guaranteed. But overall, I think that this has been a very good episode of RSG OTC here, because heck, we talked quite a bit about a lot that really matters. These channels that are getting demonetized just because they're having gun stuff on there. Hey, guns are things too that people would like to know about. There's things people would like to know about: reviews, how to clean, proper maintenance, proper technique. But what's the problem here? I'm sure I could probably find disgusting, stupid shit on YouTube that's totally fine on there. So, just because someone's pushing some liberal agenda with that is driving me nuts. And, like I said, I'm not getting political on it. I'm not Republican I'm not right, I'm not left. I'm in the middle. I'm my own person. But I don't want either one. I don't, to me, the left is killing my comedy. Okay? I've can't freaking get halfway decent comedies anymore because everything's got to be politically correct. Okay? That shit has to get the hell out of here. But at the same time, of course, my stance, I'm not going to talk about on here, but on some of the things that part of the right tends to not like us to have for some reason. So, there's just things on both sides. It's driving me nuts, and I'm getting sick of all of it. Just getting absolutely sick of all of it. But overall, like I said, I think we talked about quite a bit that took care of a lot here. Made a lot of points. I think you should really maybe try to get some emulators or something. Try to go back to some old games you remember playing back in the day. Dreamcast is great, dude. I've been having a lot of fun with some of these Dreamcast games. I think you should
Dreamcast is probably one of my favorite consoles of all time, quite honestly. It really was ahead of its time. It was a great console.
Do you still have it?
Yes, I still have one.
I would say grab a VGA adapter on Amazon. 2-day shipping. It's not much. It's like $15, dude. Hook the bitch up. Have some fun. I think you'll enjoy it. I'm telling you. Something about it, man. You go back to some of these old games. You'll go right past the graphic side of things. You'll just be like, "Fuck yeah, this is awesome." And I think that might rekindle some of the games.
I liked playing the Sega Bass Fishing, and I love Shenmue. So, that would probably be where I'd be at.
Dude, you got monitors there that can take VGA, I believe, right? So, at least one of them does.
I think all four of them do.
So, dude, I would do it, man. I'm telling you, he's got it hooked up there, and every day I always go in. I like, even if it's for like, I don't know, I get hooked on it, man. What was I playing? 18 Wheels of Steel? It was the dumbest game ever, but I was like, I gotta beat it. It was so stupid. Or, it was 18 Wheels of Steel, I believe. Yeah, I don't know, man. I just think you could rekindle some of your old enjoyments. Not reading so you can play anything. Yes, see. But yeah, I would definitely try it out again, man. But that really wraps it up for episode 45 here of RSG OTC. And, we'll...
I'm sorry, I missed the chat. I missed Bob. I want to say hello to Bob.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow, that is really bright. Is that like a way to go, like, not as bright? There we go. Yeah, party, RSG, OTC, yeah. All right. Thanks all for coming out, though. It's been great having you all here. And thanks, Bob, for coming out, as always. But we're going to get going. We'll see you next Saturday, and we're going to try 11:30 Eastern Standard Time, PM. That's it. So, yeah, come back. Come check out the show, and we will definitely have something else, hopefully, to talk about. This episode was a lot of topics. Hopefully, we can continue that on the next one. So, don't forget to follow at ReadySetGame 87. But for all those who like watching these videos, stick around every week, because that's when we do them. Yeah. All right. See you all later, and we'll see you next time.